Yo, what's good, guys? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Madara Uchiha versus Isshiki Otsutsuki, two of the most powerful people in the Naruto universe, and Naruto and Sasuke's biggest enemies that they've had to go against. If you like this video, please drop a like and consider subscribing. I'm going to be making a lot of videos like this in the future. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Let's dive into it. So to start off, I'm going to be taking a dive into Isshiki here. He was the most powerful villain we've seen so far in the Boruto series. He wasn't in Naruto like Madara was, but he's been the most powerful person we've seen so far in Boruto. Even in a much weaker form than his Isshiki form, which he is Isshiki. In his Jigen form, he pretty much dog-wiped Naruto and Sasuke. He ended up sealing Naruto in something that he couldn't even break out of without the help of Boruto's Karma Seal. He ended up making Sasuke near death with rods in him. He was near death, needed to get healed for days by Sakura. He had to teleport out of there. His hacks abilities with his dojutsu is unmatched compared to maybe even the Kamui. Maybe is the only thing unmatched with it. How he can shrink any object and himself. The only thing he can shrink and enlarge is other people. He can shrink and enlarge any other object or himself. It made it so even Sasuke, someone who has some of the strongest dojutsu in the entire show, had to sit back from a distance and just completely analyze it. He couldn't do it mid-fight or anything like that. He had to sit back and let Naruto distract him while he was analyzing it to even figure out what it was. His strength is even unmatched. He completely punches Naruto out of his Kurama avatar in one of their fights. And I believe this was in Jigen form as well. So that I believe in Jigen form he was about 10% of his full strength. And even in his Isshiki form, which we're gonna count this form, we're not gonna be doing hypotheticals in his full strength form. We're gonna be saying in the fight against baryon mode Naruto. That's the form we're gonna be taking here. But even in his Jigen form, he completely punches Naruto out of his Kurama avatar. He rips Sasuke out of his Susanoo. His strength is just unmatched, and then his speed is otherworldly as well. He dodges 6-pass Sage Mode Naruto's kicks. His other attacks, while completely blocking Sasuke's attacks, he does it immediately. He easily dodges Sasuke's perfect Susanoo attacks. He dodges all of Kurama attacks. And he's even too fast for Sasuke, even with his Sharingan and Rinnegan. His intelligence is unmatched to anyone in the show, considering he's been alive for centuries and the leader of the Otsutsuki clan, the Kara clan. He's been a leader of any group he's ever been in, and he's been alive for centuries in this universe just gathering knowledge. His durability has to be at least planet level. He withstood kicks from Sage's 6-pass Naruto. He blocks both 6-pass Sage Mode Naruto and Rinnegan Sasuke's attacks, and withstood multiple kicks from Sasuke. He's overall just a perfect fighter, and the best one we've seen in Boruto besides baryon mode Naruto. But the thing about this is that Madara has also been named a perfect fighter. Even the writer of the show Naruto himself saying he has no weaknesses and he's just the perfect fighter. So I think it's time we stop talking about Isshiki over here and start looking at Madara and his capabilities as well. He has some of the most powerful hacks as well. We're going to look at that first, considering that's what we did with Isshiki. His limbo clones are just completely different. That's just the only way I can put it. They're different. I don't really know how Isshiki would go about attacking those. No one really knew how to go about attacking those. They are as fast as Madara, and Madara would be about on the same speed as Isshiki with his feats. I mean, if we just look at one of Madara's battles, and this is one of his first battles in his Sage 6-pass mode, he fought 8th Gate's guy who was literally bending space through sheer speed. And he was able to keep up with him. Well, some could even say he was messing around with him and not even going full strength. He was laughing the whole time, comparing him to Hashirama, saying it was a real challenge and he just was there for the challenge, and just completely laughing at him the whole time, to be honest. He was giving him praises, but it seemed like he was just there messing around, preparing for his real battle against Naruto and Sasuke. And this isn't even accounting for Madara's strength. Even before he gets his second Rinnegan and absorbs the 10 tails, even with just one Rinnegan, he can just casually strike and knock down Bijus with his Limbo clones. With his Limbo clones around 100%, they're 100% relative to the normal Madara. They have all of his strength, all of his speed, everything like that. And this is before he even gets his second Rinnegan, and before he even absorbs the Biju. And when he only has one Rinnegan, he has less Limbo clones, so he only gets more in his fight against Isshiki, which are all capable before he even absorbs the 10 tails of just striking down bijus in their sleep. And one of Madara's most redeeming factors would have to be his durability. Even before he reaches his final form, he completely tanks Naruto's normal Rasen Shurikens, not even his normal ones, his Odama Rasen Shurikens. He even withstood Biju mode Naruto's attacks, and this is before he even gets to his final form. And when he is not even in his final form, even with just one Rinnegan, he completely survives one of Naruto's lava release Rasen Shurikens, which is one of Naruto's one of his most powerful jutsus. I know he was very, very hurt from this, but he did survive this and got up afterwards and kept getting stronger after that. He takes hits from 6 past Sage Mode Naruto and Rinnegan Sasuke at the same time, and this is all after fighting 8th Gate's Guy. He's just completely getting jumped by everyone, even Minato helping them out, who is very fast in his Edo form, Kakashi helping them out, anyone helping them out, and he's just sitting there taking it all. His IQ is also otherworldly as well, with the only person really being able to compare to him would be Isshiki. He completely planned out the whole Akatsuki. He planned out all of Obito's moves throughout the whole Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. He planned out the whole Infinite Tsukuyomi plan, and he did this all right before he was about to die, and he knew it would happen even after his death. So now let's stop talking about their feats and their abilities. I'm pretty sure we all have a good understanding on what each person is capable of, and let's look at how a battle between them I think would actually go. So just to be fair again, I'm going to be saying that we're talking about Isshiki in his fight against Baryon Naruto, and we're talking about 10 Tails, Jubi absorbed Madara when he's fighting Naruto and Sasuke as well. Not when he just gets his abilities fighting against my guy, and not Jigen mode Isshiki where he's only 10% of his power about to die as well. We're talking about them at their fullest forms that we see them in. We're not talking about 100% Isshiki because that would just all be relative and we don't know exactly what he was like. So I do know that Isshiki, he scales probably a lot higher than Madara in things like strength, and maybe that might be it. And the other things, they are pretty close. I know Isshiki is a lot stronger than Madara. Their speed is pretty comparable, to be honest. Their IQ, Ishiki's probably a lot smarter than him, but how much does that really play in just a 1v1 battle with no prep time? Ten Tails Madara, the people that he really gets compared to would be adult Sasuke and adult Naruto, and they didn't really have anything like Limbo clones when they were going against Isshiki, so these would be such a great help when he's going against Isshiki. And the thing is that he would not be able to see them. He doesn't have a Rinnegan. His eyes do not allow him to see the Limbo clones, so they would just be even more stronger. Like Sasuke could see them and he was able to give Naruto tips, but the thing for Isshiki here is if he hits Madara and starts landing shots, it's going to be over for Madara quick. He beat the crap out of Naruto and Sasuke with just a few hits, and if he can get his rods through Madara's Limbo clones, it's going to be game over. It's really just a game of hacks for Madara and him using his battle IQ and his speed, because if Isshiki can land hits on him, it's going to be over very quick. We never seen Isshiki or Jigen use a lot of like special jutsu or anything. We just seen him play Smash Mouth, punching people in the face really, and just hitting them with his rods and using techniques like that. Madara, on the other hand, could go into a large bag of his arsenal, and his Limbo clones really help him out here. This would also be a very long battle, as both of their durability is just unmatched. It took a Baryon mode Naruto to take out Isshiki, and he didn't even punch him to death or beat him to death or anything like that. He wore out his lifespan with Baryon mode Naruto, which Madara, I don't think I need to say this, he has nothing like Baryon mode, nothing close to that, so he would have to beat him to death like any other fight, and Isshiki would have to somehow get through Madara's Limbo clones to beat him to death. So I could see this really going two ways. I know that's never a good way to put it, and that just makes people wondering what would really happen. The first way I could see this going is Madara's Limbo clones are just, they're too good, and Isshiki can't see them, he can't get his rods to them. They're as fast as Madara, and he also has 2 Rinnegan, so he might actually just be able to figure out what Isshiki is doing with the rods. And once Naruto and Sasuke figured out what he was doing with the rods, it made their fight a lot easier. And I could just see Madara figuring out a way better plan than Naruto and Sasuke. He's just smarter than them. So I think a longer fight really plays into Madara's favor here. But the second way I could see this going is Isshiki, he's just too fast. He's a lot stronger than Madara, and like in this video, I don't want you guys to think I'm scaling Madara higher than Isshiki. I'm just saying Madara's limbo clones are just something else, and they are really what's helping him here. If he didn't have the limbo clones, I think Isshiki would just beat the crap out of him, to be honest, like he did Naruto and Sasuke. But his limbo clones are something that really plays into the fight here. But let me continue with how I think the second scenario would go. I think if Isshiki was able to get past the limbo clones, maybe Ishiki's just that much faster than Madara, which I guess Madara's speed feats don't really compare to what we've seen Isshiki do. Maybe Ishiki's just too fast for him and he can somehow get past them. But again, I just don't really know how that would happen. To be honest, when I was starting this video, before I even started recording it and looking at all the feats, I thought I was going to end up just saying it's an Isshiki by a landslide, just considering by what he's done. But these Madara limbo clones, the more you think about it, the more you realize how much of a problem they are. And it's just insane. Maybe if Isshiki were to shrink himself and then get past them and then spawn in, and then it would just take a lot of effort. But it definitely could happen. It just all depends on what you think and how you think these limbo clones would be able to stop him. Even if they would, if you just think Isshiki is that much faster, then I don't really think the limbo clones would even be able to do anything at all. Overall, this is just a very interesting matchup, and I really wish we could have seen more fights from this Ten Tails Madara and even Isshiki. I wish Madara would have been able to showcase more of his abilities with Isshiki as well. I wish we could have maybe seen Isshiki at full power, even though I don't think Baryon Naruto wouldn't even be able to do anything to him either. So yeah, that's the two ways I do see it going out though. I either see Madara's limbo clones just being too much and him just down beating up Isshiki. Well, he just really can't do much to him. And then the second way I see it is where Isshiki, his speed is just too much for Madara. He can just shrink himself down and somehow get past Madara's limbo clones. And if Isshiki can hit Madara in this battle, it's just going to be way too much and he's going to get killed very quickly. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This for sure was a very fun one to look at. Two people from Naruto Shippuden and Boruto, two of the strongest people we've seen in the show. It was very fun to look at their different feats and to see how their hacks would really play into this one, because this one really is a battle of hacks at the end of the day. They have two of the strongest ones in this show. So yeah, let me know what you guys would think of this in the comments, and make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help a lot. I'm going to be making a lot more videos like this as well, so you guys make sure you turn on them notifications so you guys get notified whenever I do. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.